Hi everyone, I'm going to be answering number two. So, first of all, I kind of want to know what is my relationship to this teenager. Is she a niece? Is she a neighborhood friend? Do I know her parents? Like, what is the context of the relationship? But so, just let's say it's a close relationship. I would first ask her to explain why she thinks that the withdrawal method is an effective form of birth control and where she got that idea and have her explain so I can get a feel for what she knows. Um, and then I would explain to her that, like in the book, it says that 21 to 27% of people that use this method experience some sort of um, unexpected or unwanted pregnancy, and that their peers that use other forms of birth control have about a 13% ratio of unwanted pregnancy, which is that's a huge difference. Um, there are several things that could be, you know, that could not work with the withdrawal method. Like there could be sperm left over, like it could drip on her labia when he pulls out of her. He could not pull out far enough. He could be too excited and, not, you know, not be able to pull out in time. There's all kinds of different scenarios that go into that. Plus, if they're having, if the teen and her boyfriend are having sex multiple times a day, the likelihood of there being sperm inside of his pre-ejaculatory fluid, then there's a chance that that sperm could get inside of her. Um, I probably would also let her know that she's very young, and even though she might be having these kinds of feelings of intimacy with her partner, maybe her boyfriend isn't being as faithful. Maybe he had sex with another girl the same day. So if he's pulling out, there could still be sperm in his pre-ejaculatory fluid. Um, and then um, once I answered all of these, once I said all of the downsides, um, I would tell her my own experience with being a young mother and getting pregnant at 17 and having to figure out how to navigate life and be essentially a 30-year-old when I wasn't even ready to be a 20-year-old. Um, and, even though I love my daughter very much and I would never give her back for the world, what would my life be like if I didn't have to stop being a kid, you know? Um, After that, I would ask her if she understood what STIs were and how you get them. And I would make sure that she explained that to me so I knew that she really understood. Um, then, sorry, I took notes, guys. After I let her explain that to me, I would explain condoms to her and tell her how effective they can be, but that they can also not be effective. And the most times that they're effective is when they're not used properly or when people just completely forget to use them because they use them all the time. Like, oh, okay, like we're fine. We don't need to use it. Um, and then if she's like, okay, yeah, she's receptive, then I would explain to her that there are tons of different kinds of birth control methods if you're like leaving out the risk of getting a sexually transmitted infection. But because of her age, she might not be responsible enough to take something like the pill or use a diaphragm or even the NuvaRing. I know that that's been promoted as like a young people thing, but I had a I had a client that I had to use it. Like I work in the medical field and the psychology field. Um, and it was so complicated and such a pain for her that she didn't want to use it. Um, and all of these things, like if you're not taking your pill every day, or if you don't use your diaphragm the right way, or if you're trying to do like cyclic tracking, and cyclic tracking is very labor intensive. She's a teenager. She's not gonna really want to do all that stuff. So I would give her a few options and tell her that there are patches, the depot shot, the IUD, and the Nexplanon, and all of those have anywhere from a week to years of very effective contraception. And then that way she's not worrying about taking a pill every day or doing something right or remembering something. It's just there and it's in place for her when she needs it. I would then say, what is your relationship like with your parents? Why are you coming to me instead of going to them about this? Um, and encourage her to open uh, a positive and communicative dialogue with her parents about what she's doing and about what options are available for her, and try to have them help her. And if her parents are, if they're oppressive or, like super restrictive, then I would say, okay, like I'm willing to help you do this so you can be safe, and offer to take her someplace where she can get the like effective kinds of birth control. And if she's, if after our talk she's worried that maybe she made a mistake and she might be pregnant, then, maybe we need to do plan B or something else. And then once I took her where she could get what she needed and have everything figured out, I would still then like reinforce and encourage that she has a discussion with her parents and tries to open a dialogue with them. But I wouldn't force it. I wouldn't tell them, and I wouldn't make her tell them.